and the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that old outlaw, that cagey outlaw, Waylon Jennings. And we got a lot of stuff this week, just like we did last week. We're back in the grind again, and some excitement this week in the weekly purchases as well. But before we get into the weekly purchases, we got some housekeeping. We got the question of the week. We got some stuff to talk about. So let's dive in and let's start it off with the Patreon. Of course, we're in the month of September. New Patreon giveaway for the month of September. Shout out to all the Patreons out there. But this month, we got a special one, and we're going to talk about it a little later in weekly purchases. But this week, or this month, the giveaway is going to be AEW Unmatched, 1 of 5,000. Owen Hart. So we're going to give one of these away on the channel. Yes, it's true. We're going to give one away. So check out the old Patreon. Link in the description below, as I always do say. Support the channel, all the stuff. There's over 200 videos on Patreon that aren't on traditional YouTube. You get first glance, first look at all the videos before they go up on YouTube. All kinds of stuff. You get weekly purchases on Friday nights. There's a lot going on the old Patreon channel. And I thank everybody for their support of the Patreon channel. So there you go. Now let's do a little housekeeping of what we unboxed this week on the channel. And there was a lot of stuff being unboxed this week, and we'll talk about a lot of it in weekly purchases. I actually was not traveling this week, so I had my nights free, somewhat free. So I got some unboxings done, got ahead on some things this week, thankfully, as I do have some travels coming up here in the next couple of weeks that you will see on this channel as well, so stay tuned for that. But this week we unboxed some Boss Fight, the brand new Legends of Lucha Libre Masked Republic Boss Fight figures, Ultimo Dragon, Black Taurus, just like my old Ford Taurus that we talked about in that video, Perro Aguayo, and of course Vampiro. So another stellar set there. I'm all in on those. A fun one to unbox. Check those out. Did our Jax Classic video. We do those every Tuesday for like 3 years now. So we got the Jax Classic this week. We did our top 5 King figures of all time. My top 5 Mattel King figures, I should say. We did that on the channel this week. Talked a little bit of He-Man this week. Snake Mountain, oh baby, Snake Mountain, and the Snake Invasion 4-pack, and the Skeleton Warrior. So some good He-Man unboxings on the channel this week. More to come in the upcoming weeks, sounding like from some of my pre-orders coming in. So more on that soon. G.I. Joe week, oh baby, you guys know I love my Joes. We unboxed Tunnel Rat, Snake Eyes Desert Edition, Desert Commando Edition, the Snow Serpent, and the Retro Crimson Guard. So a lot of Joes being unboxed on the channel this week, and I almost forgot the Valkyries Cobra Officer Hasbro Pulse set. We unboxed a lot of Joes this week. Marvel Legends, a new Marvel Legends wave hitting. We unboxed the Hawkeye, Yelena Belova, and Kingpin. We unboxed both of those on the channel. We unboxed Joe Fixit on the channel, the Squadron Supreme on the channel. There was a lot going on this week on the channel. Usually every week going on the channel. And then we did do a Dallas toy hunt. I was in Dallas last week, so I did do the toy hunt there, and also a little bit of Nebraska toy hunt, as well as I did go to a Haunt Hellfire concert, showed some of that. Shout out to the guys in Haunt and Hellfire, showing me a good time over there in old Omaha, Nebraska. A lot of good toy talk over there as well with those guys, and they're still on tour, so go check them out and tell them Kyle sent you. Tell them Kyle sent you. It'll be a good time there for you. So check out all that. Then to make this week even busier, I was on a lot of different live streams, YouTube shows, things like that. I was on Yukon Phil. Check out Yukon Phil's YouTube channel. I was on a video with him on Sunday night, so check that one out if you missed it. I was on a podcast YouTube channel called Drinking at Moe's. It sounds like that issue, or that issue? How about issue? How about episode? That episode's going to drop in a couple of weeks, so be on the lookout for that one. Friday night, chatted up with Nick Storm Reviews there on YouTube, chatted about that one. And then Fightful Select, we did Fightful this week with Jeremy Lambert, Steven Jensen. A lot of fun talking to those guys there this week as well. So a lot of different YouTube appearances. I'm on the media tour. I'm like a young Jeff George, good friend of the channel. Shout out to old Jeff George. But yeah, Fightful, I was on all that kind of stuff. So a lot of fun stuff outside of this YouTube channel over there this week. So a lot going on in the neighborhood, a lot going on in the next couple of weeks, a lot of exciting stuff going on. So more on that when it does happen. But now it is time for the last Jonathan Frakes question of the week.
You noticed how many successful restaurants are theme-based these days?
Yes, I did say last, as that is the last question I have from him. So I don't know what we're going to do. Do we do audience question of the week? Maybe that's what we do. Do we leave a comment down below and say, okay, what is the question of the week? Leave it in the comments of weekly purchases and we'll get to it. And we'll do one. I'll pick out the question of the week. I guess that's what we'll do. We'll do that for now until I figure something out. So if you got a question of the week for next week, put it in the comments down below and I'll find one of them and I'll answer them on the channel next week in weekly purchases and give you a shout out as well. But this week's question, and the final question from old Jonathan, and he's had some great questions as we've seen the last few weeks, but have you noted how many successful restaurants are theme-based these days? And you know, Jonathan, I haven't sat and really thought about that much, but he's got a point. He does have a point, and I think this question was maybe a decade old or so at the time. Maybe not as many theme-based these days, but what is a theme at the end of the day? Is Fazoli's a theme of Italian? It very well could be. Is KFC, oh, the mighty altar of Harlan Sanders, is that a theme of chicken? So I guess he's got a point there. You know, you got the Hooters restaurants of the world, the Twin Peaks restaurants of the world. There's themes there. I did go to Dave & Buster's. They just opened a Dave & Buster's around the corner, so I did go there last weekend with the kids. Pretty bad food. Pretty bad food at Dave & Buster's. Dave, Buster, which one is which, I'm not sure. Dave or Buster, whichever one of you guys working in the kitchen, you need to clean up the game a little bit. Get a little bit better. Raise the ships. It's not just about the games. I want a good meal. My kids, they can enjoy the games. I'll eat the meal there. But there is definitely theme-based restaurants, but once again, it's a business. You got to make yourself different. You got to point out different than the McDonald's and the Arby's of the world. You got to have your own little thing. You got to have the Long John Silvers. You got to have the Hush Puppies. You got to have something like that to bring the people in. So I guess, Jonathan, yes, I have noted it. Just didn't think about it much until you asked the question. So shout out to Jonathan Frakes. Pour one out for him and his questions of the week. And if you want to be the question of the week, put it in the comments down below. Maybe you will be answered next week. But next up now is the weekly purchases. All right, we're getting down to business here, and I got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of unboxings to do, and I need to clean up my toy room. A lot of us have a disaster of a toy room. Mine is an all-time disaster. You look in front of my screen here. Thankfully, you guys can't see it. I'm glad there's no reflection in this glass because I just got stacks of stuff that I need to put away and to unbox. It's getting crazy here. I'm going to hire an intern is what I'm going to do. They don't get paid, those interns, and they might be an 8-year-old little girl that lives upstairs. Maybe she'll be my intern. But I need to get this place back in order. I need to spend a couple of days on that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Gearing up for the next toy room tour. Of course, we're in the end of the year. We're in the back half. We're officially in the back half here. So maybe we'll do another toy tour, a room tour. We'll see. We'll see. I'm in the process of building a new display set, the new display piece, so that would be something new for that. And I know some people out there like to see the updates to the collection, but we'll see. I might do a room tour. I think most people will say yes because, hey, it's up there if you want it. If you don't want it, you can skip it. That's what'll happen. But let's dive in. Let's dive into the toys this week. What did I pick up? And we mentioned it earlier. We got Snake Mountain. The mountains are full of snakes, but how about this artwork? Absolutely next level. Absolutely love that one. But we got Snake Mountain through the door this week. Like I said, a very nostalgic unboxing, a very fun unboxing doing that one. Check out the video if you did miss it. And then it keeps on coming, the Diabolical Snake Invasion. Quite the pack here. A lot of people bagging on this one because of the reuse, but that's Masters of the Universe at the end of the day. It's all about the reuse. Got that flap there looking really nice. Definitely a fun pack, and if you're building out a world, a universe, you need stuff like this. I want more stuff like this, but if you're just a person buying one or two here and there, this is an easy pass for you. But it's good for the hardcores, an easy pass for people that are just meandering through. I don't have any problems with that there. So we got two of those going on, and then I guess we'll finish it off here. Of course, the Skeleton Warriors. We got those this week through the door from Big Bad Toy Store is where I believe I got this from. Already unboxed that on the channel as well. So happy to get those Skeleton Warriors. I got one more in my pile of loot at Big Bad Toy Store. Might have to buy a few more of those sets as they are very fun sets. right there. So the more you know, the more you know. But now we continue on. Thanks to DJC Collectibles, I picked up a bunch of stuff from them over the last 2 weeks. I did get the Power Ranger Zach Taylor, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, Black Ranger. Of course, I collect the Super 7 ones for the helmeted heads. The Hasbro team I'm going to have here, well, the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Hasbro Lightning Collection ones, I'm going to have them holding their helmets. A little bit of that yin and a little bit of that yang. That's what I'm going to do here, but we'll unbox this on the channel probably this week. Stay tuned for that. Mentioned this in the toy news video yesterday. Kudos to Mattel. Goes up for pre-order. You buy it, it immediately ships out. We all need more of that in our life. We're all getting sick of these 8-month, 12-month, 14-month, 16-month pre-orders. This is what we want. We want to order it. Have it within a couple of days is great, but heck, give us 2 weeks. Get it in 2 weeks. That's great as well. Brand new Mattel Retro set. We're going to unbox this on the channel this week. You know me. I'm a classics guy. I'm a retro guy. I'm here for that all day long. So that'll be a fun one to unbox on the channel as we talked about. And then the hits keep on coming. How about those G.I. Joe ones? We got the Valkyrie Officers. Got one of those right there ready to go. We got the Snow Serpent, an interesting one as well. I like to believe he's wearing Timber's dead carcass on him. Oh man, he's getting Snake Eyes all worked up. You know that's the case there for sure. And speaking of Snake Eyes and Tunnel Rat, two all-timers here. Snake Eyes, probably my least favorite figure in the G.I. Joe Classified line. That's pretty crazy there. Tunnel Rat, one of the better figures. So yin and yang going on right there. But Tunnel Rat and Snake Eyes through the door this week. Once again, DJC Collectibles, 8 off DJC. Save yourself 8%. You can order those right now. They're shipping. So the more you know, folks. And speaking of the more you know, Super 7 sent me this way. I already unboxed it on the channel, but Super 7 sent this to me, and they also gave me a little code, and I've talked about it a few times, but use code KYLEP when checking out at Super 7. It does tell them that, hey, this is somebody we want to work with and want to support, that Kyle's viewers are actually buying Super 7 stuff, gets more eyes on the channel, gets more eyes on us. Hopefully, eventually, maybe there'll be some kind of discount or something along those lines. But if you're buying from Super 7, stick that one in. Old Kyle P is the code, but this Rita Repulsa, shipping from there right now if you're in need of Rita Repulsa Ultimate Edition in purple. Yes, purple. Oh, we love it. And then shout out to old Earl Potts over at the MLC Facebook group. Shout out to him. He was cleaning out his closet. Oh, we need to clean out our closet sometimes. And he found this one. He doesn't really collect wrestling figures and said, hey, I want to send this to you. So he did send me the Scorpion King 2-pack here. Man, this was a hard pass back in the day, but we'll unbox this on the channel just kind of to laugh a little bit. Man, oh man, those TTL days were rough days for old Kyle. I was not a big fan of this, but I definitely remember this one at Walmart's. I think it was Walmart's, or was it KB Toys, something like that. But definitely an interesting one. But shout out to old Earl for sending me that way. Made me chuckle a little bit. We'll unbox it on the channel eventually, so stay tuned for that. So there it is, round 1 of weekly purchases. Well, let me move some stuff around, and let's get after round number 2. Whoa, 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 stop the clock. Got a butt in here on weekly purchases. Almost forgot this one. Had it off to the side as it is a big box. It is a heavy box. It is the Mondo exclusive. Well, Mondo makes it, so I guess Mondo exclusive. But it is the pre-order. It finally came through the door. It is the Mondo Battle Cat. Man, oh man, an absolute game changer. Got to check this bad boy out at PowerCon. Finally got mine through the door. Can't wait to unbox this on the channel. We'll get to it sooner rather than later, but Mondo Battle Cat through the door this week. All right, we begin round number 2 of weekly purchases, and we got a lot of stuff still to go, so let's dive in here. I forgot I did get 2 packs of the Valkyries. Wanted to display all the different versions I could with this one, so I did order 2 of these from Hasbro Pulse. Got that one in. I still have to open that one, of course. And then Walmart coming in hot. A lot of people complaining about Walmart and the pre-orders, and I think that's mainly wrestling people, but pre-ordered this Joe Fix-It figure. Came right away, came to my house, unboxed it on the channel, and we fixed it with Joe Fix-It. So check out the review of that one. Same thing, we're building out the Squadron Supreme. Got this one at DJC Collectibles. Check that out. I always love to complete a team. We're dangerously close to completing that team, so definitely here for that as well. And then we got another Walmart one. As I said, Walmart coming in hot. Captain America, Bucky Barnes. I did not have the old version of this, so I guess I can put off that hunt forever. This will be the new one here. So we do got Bucky Barnes through the door this week via Walmart Online once again. Speaking of Walmart Online, I did get this Commando, Clone Commando. Walmart exclusive came through the door today, so I got this one here. Cheap, easy repaint, as we say, but definitely looking really good. Got this one here in the mail today, so happy about that one. And the hits keep on coming thanks to DJC Collectibles. Again, they're getting quite the shout out in this video. As I always say, 8 off DJC is the way to go. Got Talos. Gonna need to get another Talos so I can display both versions. But got him through the door this week. Yelena Belova, of course, from the Hawkeye series. Got her this week. Got Secret Invasion. Nick Fury through the door, so Nick Fury coming in hot. He's always coming in hot. What if Goliath was in an episode we've never seen? We got Goliath through the door as well. All of these should be up on Patreon by the time you're watching this video, unless you're a Patreon member who gets everything early. You'll be getting this video on Friday night. But there it is, Gamora as well, the Warrior Gamora right there. And the hits keep on coming back to Hawkeye with a very slim and trim, dare I say fit, Kingpin right there. Kingpin looking only like he could look. So we got Kingpin through the door. And then the final one, Agatha Harkness from WandaVision. Quite the Marvel Legends week, if I do say so myself. A lot of Marvel Legend figures through the door this week. And a lot of fun. A lot of fun at the end of the day. But the hits are not over yet. We're like Mike Nesmith. Yes, that Mike Nesmith. The hits, they keep on coming. And we keep on going. And this is an interesting one. Bride of Frankenstein. I found this at my local Target, and I found two of them, one for me and, of course, one for my dad. It is the black and white edition Bride of Frankenstein, so should be an interesting one. I did talk to my dad today. I said, Dad, we got work to do. We're piling up. We got like 5 videos you need to do. When are you going to be able to come over? And, you know, he's a little wishy-washy, but I think he's all in. I think he's all in. I think we'll get a couple of drinks in him, and he'll be off to the races, and we'll get the Bride of Frankenstein unboxed on the channel, hopefully out next week. So stay tuned for my dad's triumphant return. Rides on as summer's almost at sunset. We can talk to my dad and catch up, see what he's been up to, and we'll see where that goes. It always goes off the rails is where it goes, but stay tuned for that. Finally pulled the trigger on this one. I saw this at retail one time, never saw it again. Played a long game, forgot about it. Then I saw it this week on Amazon for $31, I think, shipped. And I said, you know what, I'm picking it up. It is Parallax. Of course, Hal Jordan. That is my Green Lantern, was my Green Lantern when I was a kid, but I did pick this one up. So there you go. Got this one. Long game, a long game right there. But we're not done with McFarlane. I got this one as well from DJC Collectibles. I had to order a lot. I had to make it worth it. But we got that classic Action Comics #1 Superman figure. So an interesting one for sure. We're going to unbox that on the channel as well, so stay tuned to that. And then the hits keep on coming. We got Superman once again. So we got another version of Superman, the Hush Superman. So Hush, like a young Kula Shaker, or of course Deep Purple. And I forget who sang it before them, but those are the only two that ever did a good version of Hush. But there it is, Hush Superman through the door. Maybe do a twofer unboxing on the old Superman. I might do that on the channel. But now we're closing off with the main event, and if you've been following along on my social media, and if you're not, what are you doing? Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on, of course, Instagram and Threads, and then YouTube and the YouTube Shorts. There's shorts up there, a few different ones every single week. Quite the experience on Friday for me, as we did see Thursday night, posted on social media a picture that was sent to me saying, hey, AEW figures coming to the stores September 1st. Anderson Merchandising. Shout out to Anderson and all their merchandising needs. They're getting the job done, and we talked about it in Toy News yesterday, kind of how that goes. And I've worked with a lot of these merchandising companies over the years, be it Advantage, Acosta, Crossmark, Mueller. Shout out to Mueller and my old buddy Greg. There's a lot of good people in that line of work, helping out these major companies, getting their wares to the shelf, doing resets, things like that. Well, Jazzwares enlisted the services of one Anderson Merchandising, and I believe I know them mostly from doing magazine sets and stuff at stores. But anyways, they were in charge of this AEW thing, and I will tell you what, I think they did a great job, because some people saying, oh, there's nothing new, nothing new. I went to 4 Walmarts. I got lucky 3 times because I found Owen Hart. There he is right there. I found Owen Hart right there. And guess what? I found Owen Hart. So I found 3 different Chase Owen Hart figures this week. 3 out of 4 stores had these Owen Hart chases. So that is a good day in the old figure hunt game. Would have liked to have found like a Brody Lee, an Owen Hart, a Jamie Hayter, a John Moxley. One of each would have been better. But it is what it is. I need one for my collection. I possibly may open one. Maybe I'll give both to my kids. Who knows? Who knows? But no, I'm giving one of these away as the Patreon giveaway, of course, the month of September here. So one of you guys or gals out there, Patreon members, will have an opportunity to get one of these. Check out the Patreon, as I always do say. But quite the day at the office when you go into the stores and you find chases there. Of course, there's always people, I always get a kind of a chuckle and a laugh out of it. there's always people that say, oh, it's fake, and I haven't seen one yet as I just posted the videos of these, but I'm sure somebody's going to say, you know what, you got one chase from ringside, you bought it or got it from ringside, and then you took it to all these stores and took pictures. Well, did I put the whole new waves up there? Did I bring those all in my backpack, put them up, take a picture, all that? It's just crazy. I don't got time for that. I don't got time for that at all. But obviously, there's always going to be people out there that don't believe you. But I can tell you it's 100% honest. I think you guys that watch the channel, I'm not going to make something like that up. I mean, it's just not going to happen. But a very, very fun day out on the hunt when you're on the hunt for chases and you got a feeling that maybe they will be there. So that's something to look forward to in the future. Is that the wave of the future for AEW? Are they going to have this Anderson merchandising helping them out? If that's the case, you can kind of know like clockwork, your chances of getting a chase just skyrocketed if you know all these stores are putting them out on the same day. So stay tuned. You never know where that might end up going in the end there. So a fun day on the hunt for sure. Look for a lot of that footage in next week's toy hunt, of course. So more to come on that one. But there it is. That is the weekly purchases for the Labor Day weekend. Hopefully some of you guys are getting to relax out there a little bit. Some of us, no rest for the wicked. That's the way it does go. But should be a good weekend. At least the weather where I'm at is pretty good. Hopefully it is for you guys and gals as well. But let me know what you picked up this week. What did you find this week? Do you have a question of the week? Do you want to be the inaugural question of the week person next week? Let me know on that, of course, in the comments down below. Of course, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day. And then some. And we got even more content and giveaway opportunities over on the old Patreon channel. And Patreon's your best way to support this very YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And of course, Pro Wrestling Tees got a big Labor Day sale this weekend. Pick up a Kyle Peterson t-shirt. And if you're not going to grab one of my t-shirts, get a Terry Funk t-shirt, man. We all need more Terry Funk shirts than ever before. I wear a lot of Terry Funk. I wear a Terry Funk shirt a couple times a week, a Motorhead shirt a couple of times a week. I wear a lot of shirts. But this week especially, a lot of people pulled me to the side that normally didn't and said, hey, nice shirt, man. So the Terry Funk news getting out there to people I didn't know think that they knew who Terry Funk was. So just a tough week on the old Terry Funk front. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Time, it waits for no one. And as I always do say, what is time at the end of the day? But pick up a Terry Funk shirt or pick up one of my shirts. Just pick up a t-shirt. There you go. Head over to ProWrestlingTees.com. Don't forget about social media. SirPaul64 on the X. _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and on Instagram. So you know what I'm doing. I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into another work week.